Let's make sure everything's working. It looks like the live chat is on the screen, and that is what it's supposed to do. Can you people hear me? According to OBS, you should be able to hear me. So many people do we have here? Oh, we have 0 people watching. Thanks, YouTube. You are very useful. Holy shit, everyone came in like a storm. Yeah, that was happening when you actually schedule streams. People can actually prepare themselves, which means that you don't get, like, I don't know, a fraction of what you could get if you had a bit of a heads up in advance. Let's see. Okay, so I'm getting 1 can't here and 1 can here. Oh, holy shit, 52 people. That's like twice of what I've ever had. Nice. I didn't know that many people were engaged enough to even watch streams. Okay, so chat is kind of going bad shit right now. Okay, I'm going to notice some people here. Yeah, I'm noticing you, Senpai person, not really Blazy, and Tree person. Yeah, I do remember you based on your tree, but I don't remember anything you ever said. Like I can remember people based on like avatars and maybe even connect those avatars to what they've said, but I'm really bad at remembering names, or in general just remembering people based on stuff they've done. Maybe it'll happen over time if I do this more, but I don't think I will. I don't know if I will. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, the idea here is that I am going to be... I have a document of all the questions from last video that I found interesting. And if you got questions that are interesting, then I will send them. I will read them from the chat. People saying I'm kind of quiet, so I'm gonna move the mic a little bit closer. It's gonna be a bit harder to operate my mouse, but I shouldn't be having to do that much anyway. I don't think I can increase the volume in OBS. Probably can, but I don't know how. Yeah, it's not gonna get louder than this. If it's not loud enough, then just fucking raise your own volume, I guess. But yeah, the idea is that I'll be reading some questions off of a document here, and I'm thinking maybe if this gets too long, I'll try to download the video and then edit it into a more abridged version for those of you who are too fucking lazy to watch the whole thing. That depends though on how many people watch it and if there's any kind of demand for that kind of shit. What kind of Q&A is this? It's the kind of Q&A where you answer questions in general. Okay, anyway, I'm going to start going down my list. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the chat, but I will make no promises of that. So, it's gonna start off with... yeah, I think I have some doubles of questions here, so I'm just gonna skip them just in case. What would be a good question to start with? There should be a fucking... oh yeah, this was one I thought it was probably good. Will a video be coming out explaining what happens in the later plot of Adventures if you aren't going to animate the other episodes? This is something that I have been considering, just I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to finish Adventures. I'm like, the animation bit is just too much time for something I'm just not that invested in. So if I decide to like not finish Adventures, I am going to just make a video just kind of giving you a rundown of what would have happened, which isn't going to be as exciting, but it's probably going to scratch that itch of being left on a cliffhanger. And it will probably also be a fun video to like take the time to go over the alternative ideas I had and how the story changed over time as I changed my mind about things, and just in general a bit of an overlook on the whole development process of that. So that would be a good video to make, I think, if I could be able to make it. But first I want to make sure that I really am not going to be continuing Adventures in its animated form, because it would be pretty shitty to have a video spoiling the entire plotline and then still try to continue doing it. Next question. Okay, since just to get all the fucking animation questions out of the way, what episode of Monster School or Adventures is your favorite? Adventures probably one of the most recent ones because those are the ones I hate the least. That's when my storytelling process has that's when my storytelling skills have gotten the most developed. Still not very good by today's standards, but they're not as terrible as the other ones. As for Monster School, I don't know. I guess the recent one again, because that's where my animation has gotten best, which still isn't great, but you know, I don't know. Ever read 1984? It's on my list of books to read, but I am extremely slow with reading. Like, I'm apparently slow just at reading stuff in general, but then I also set aside very little time to read. Even back before my depression, I didn't read that much. I just couldn't find the time to do it. And now I can't find the time or motivation to do it, so that's not a lot easier. So I got a lot of books I want to read, but I'm probably not going to get around to reading them ever. But yeah, that sounds like a book I will be interested in. I'm still not sure. Okay, I'm just going to go through the chat to see if there's anything interesting there. Okay, Monster School questions. It's not happening, okay? Monster School is never fucking coming back. I have explained it before. If it comes back, it's gonna be for one last episode, just as kind of a finish to get all of you to shut up, because you're only ever gonna like realize it if I address it in an actual Monster School video, because most of you don't actually watch these. But yeah, Monster School is dead. It's not coming back. Unless I can just find a way to make it really easily and make it really profitable. Because I am a bit of a money whore. Money is good. If I can find a very easy and lazy way to make a lot of money, then I'm going to seize it. I don't have that much pride left anymore. Are you gay? As far as I know, I'm straight. Might be a bit on the bi side. I'm not sure. But I am very much partial to boobies. That was a chat question, by the way. That's why the quality is significantly less than the ones I have cherry-picked. It's likely gonna be a graduation thing. Yeah, I'm thinking like if I do one last finale just to properly announce that Monster School is dead, it's going to be like kind of an exam thing. Which is something that I have been planning pretty much from the beginning, really. At the time I didn't want to actually do it because I was having so much fun with it, but now I'm having no kind of fun with it. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, not really seeing anything interesting in the chat right now. Okay. Fuck, no. Did I click something bad? Okay, no. Fuck you, YouTube. I don't want any help and feedback. Because you aren't gonna give it. It's just a cosmetic question. What do you think of the people that rip off Monster School? That's actually a question I have from you in this document, but you asked it in chat, so I'm just gonna go with that right away. I think they are lazy, they should come up with their own ideas, and they are also stealing my audience. But on the other hand, they are making sure that I have less reason to do it myself, because people have another way to get their fix. So they don't have to come to me and whine about it. They still do for some reason, but, you know, it's an alternative. The downside of that, of course, is that I am basically the one guilty of starting a big-ass fucking cancer trend. Not too happy about that, but it's beyond my control. I'm mostly pissed at the people who do it, not that really at myself about it. Are you reading from the live chat or the comments of the past video? I'm doing both. I'm addressing questions I find interesting in both the chat and the video. Let's see here. Just gonna go to the next question here. Some of these questions are actually require more thinking than I have put into them yet, so I'm just gonna have to skip some of them. could an animal be president if it could say more than 10,000 words and pronunciations? Probably, because an animal that can talk that well is probably extremely intelligent for its species. Unless you're counting humans, which are animals. But yeah, I don't think they would be president as much as, you know, be locked up in a lab and study because it can fucking talk. Since you're a Zelda fan, what is your opinion on Breath of the Wild? I haven't played it yet. I do not have a Switch, so I have yet to get around to it. But from what I've seen of it, it looks like a good game, but not a good Zelda game. Because I'm into the Zelda games for the story and characters, both of which I have heard have been kind of scaled down in favor of the whole open world customization shit, which is something I usually really enjoy. But in a Zelda game, I don't really want that. I turn to stuff like Elder Scrolls or, you know, that kind of games if I want my open world fix. If I want my story and characters, then I go to Zelda. So, no, I don't want that shit. But I don't know. Maybe Breath of the Wild still has some story in it or some good characters. I don't know. I've seen very little of it still. So yeah, I'll have to get back on that one, I guess. I don't really have any. Yeah. Anyway, next question. As you can tell, some of the questions I've said here are not really serious questions, but I had to improvise, okay? Most of your questions were fucking garbage. I couldn't, like, beggars can't be choosers. Hey Will, I think putting a fact in a description might clear up some of the confusion with people who are asking some of the pretty common questions. I wish I could do that, but what kind of description do you mean? I can't put it really in each of my videos because that's gonna get annoying and not many people read it anyway. I can't put it in my channel description because nobody ever reads that. Like, most of the questions that, like several questions that are being addressed are ones that are answered there already. So that's just how it goes with YouTube. People are gonna be stupid and not find info in the most obvious of places. People are lazy and dumb. Anyway, this is a question I picked because it was kind of weirdly phrased to me. Do you like certain furries? Furries have been pretty big on the internet recently, I've seen. I don't really know why. I mean, it's a weird subculture, like any other weird subculture on the internet. But like, can't I like all furries? Why do I have to only like certain ones? I don't know, I don't mind furries. If you're a furry, then good on you. I'm not. I don't think I am. I think that sometimes anthropomorphic animals are hot. That's kind of a kink of mine, but I'm not sure if that qualifies me as a furry. I don't know what you need to be to qualify as a furry. Do you need to have a fursuit? Do you need to have like a badge that says your fursona or whatever on it? I don't know. What else we got? If Americans had their own language, what do you think it would sound like, considering that English came from England? I think Americans are honestly too lazy to make their own language, at least if they were to create it now. Like, I've seen how Americans don't even want to read subtitles on like non-English movies, and as someone who is bilingual, I mean I'm Swedish, I grew up first learning how to read my own language and then I learned English. I have been reading a lot of subtitles in my days. And I just don't get how people are so spoiled about it, like, I don't want to read subtitles. I mean, sure, there's the whole anime community who don't mind it. But still, Americans seem to be pretty hostile towards the idea of having to read in another, like, even having to read their own language when watching something of another language. So having to learn another language, I think that's too much of a thing for them, even if they get to make it on their own. But if they, like, somehow had it and knew it and stuff, I think it would be one that did not make any kind of sense, because that's basically how it goes with America. Like, you know how most of the world uses the metric system and then they use a fucking imperial system? It would kind of be that with languages. Like, any grammatical rule would be completely inconsistent with the next rule. It would be complete garbage. Americans are garbage. If you're American, unsubscribe. I'm just kidding. A lot of people in my fucking community are probably American. And not all of you suck. Just your country sucks, okay? I think you can all agree on that. America sucks. The whole world sucks, honestly. Okay, gonna read up here. Do you ever wear your gas mask in public? I couldn't actually do that because it's illegal. You can't wear a mask in public because it's like then people think you're gonna be committing crimes and want to hide your identity. I think that's how it goes, at least. I think that's the law. And they make an exception on Halloween because, you know, tradition is above the law. Hey, I already noticed you, Blazy. Or, well, not Blazy, or however that's supposed to be. I'm trying to shorten your name so that it's easier to say, but you're not making it easy for me. Do you eat mushrooms? No, mushrooms are gross. Including the mushrooms that you're talking about. Actually, I don't know. I haven't actually tasted shrooms. You sound a bit happier. I do? I think I sound just as tired and grumpy as usual, but if I sound happier, then that's okay, nice. Because people like happy sounding people or something. I think that's how YouTube works. I am child rapist. Well, good for you. I hope you ask for consent first. Holy shit, I'm tired. That was horrible. That was completely contradictory to what I was reading. Will you start selling drugs or some unallowed stuff, or are you gonna work for Pixar? That's a very big gap. Like, that's a very strange dichotomy. That's why I read it out loud. I just want all of you to know that someone in this chat thinks that there is an equivalent between selling drugs and being a Pixar employee. Do you hate mosquitoes? Everyone hates mosquitoes. Like, not even mosquitoes like mosquitoes, because they aren't capable of liking mosquitoes. People in my school in Germany always ask the teachers if they can watch a film in English with German subtitles, so the teachers think they want to learn something, but they just read the subs. Yeah, that's what people always do in school. Like teachers have this strange idea that showing people random movies that aren't technically related to the subject, except for in the vaguest of ways, is gonna teach people something. But it's just the students' way to get a fucking lesson off and just enjoy themselves. And I mean, I'm all for that because school is trash anyway, but it's so dumb. It's just another part of how broken the education system is. Yeah, we're gonna learn some English by watching fucking Lord of the Rings. Doesn't work. No. Oh, I am way far behind here. I shouldn't be getting on with the questions too. What is with the gay questions? I'm not gay, I think. I can't actually be gay because I like girls, so I could at best be bi. I have to suddenly stop liking girls, which I don't think I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna go with the questions now because the chat is being terrible at asking anything relevant. Yeah, still getting through the questions that aren't really that high ranking on the quality list. Random is funny. Do you think random is funny? Random by its very nature can be both funny and not funny, and which it is decided by, well, random variables. That's kind of the idea. Like, I get what you mean, the whole, like, humor where you try to make it as unpredictable and weird as possible. But I'm sure, like, a big part of humor is unpredictability, because if you can predict the punchline, then you're not gonna laugh at it as much. You can still find it funny because the fucking delivery might be good, but it's still better if you don't know what the joke is gonna be, you know. Do you plan on ever opening a Discord? It's an effective way to communicate with fans and let them know about events. I have been considering it, honestly, but first of all, I'm not very well versed in Discord. I'm trying to get more used to it too, try to settle into it. And secondly, looking at this chat, I still have a way to go before I have a community that I would actually want to manage a Discord with. Which is not gonna happen in a while, because in order to form a better community, I need to make better videos, and that's not happening. Ah. Okay, we got a person spamming the chat with "fuck you." I mean, just say whatever you want in chat. You can say the most obscene and horrible and controversial and just evil of things, but don't spam. Spamming is bad. Come on, let's see here. Can I? Fuck's sake. I'm just gonna put you on timeout. Do I get to choose how long timeout is? Whatever. Senpai, you need a girlfriend? I can get you some. I know some hot chicks. Oh, I have a pimp in my audience, and they're willing to work for me. Nah, I don't really need a girlfriend right now, but I'll contact you if I need it. Or if I just need some extra money, maybe you can be my pimp, and I can be the chief pimp. The arch pimp. Wait, what? Okay, streamers soon. Okay, fuck you, YouTube. Did you just cut the stream short there and this is a new stream? I don't know. No, it looks like we are still in the same stream. Okay, nice. Yeah, my internet decided to fuck up, so yeah. Maybe I should close my other 30 tabs, but nah. Hey, I think I'm back. You can stop freaking out. Am I back? Okay, yeah, I'm back. One person said I'm back, so I'm back. Let's okay, yeah, questions, right. That's what we're doing. Who made the drawing of your mask? Yeah, like this one that I got on the screen right now, as well as the artwork for like the Halloween update video and yeah, that kind of shit. That's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, who drew that for me. And I'm just gonna see if I can put a link to her stuff in the description here, because I asked her in advance if I'm allowed to give her a shout out, and she said yes, so I'm going to do that. Let's see here. Deviant art. Blah. Yeah, there we go. So I don't know if this is gonna update immediately. Tell me if it does, but yeah. Ah, fuck, I knocked the mic. I'm so professional. But yeah, her name is she's on DeviantArt. Is called Luna4S. Give her some love. She needs it because she has bad self-esteem, like pretty much every other artist. Hi, person who said hi. Yeah, I'm interacting with the chat. I'm a good community manager. Anyway, next question on my list. What happened to the first 5 adventures? Yeah, there's actually several questions here. There's also a question like, why are all the videos with you removed? Yeah, that people have been noticing that the videos have been getting removed, and that is because I have set them all to unlisted. The ones that I don't like anymore and that aren't making me any kind of money. Like, YouTube is still trash for making money. Several of my fucking Monster School videos, which are like the most inoffensive things you've ever seen, they have been demonetized because YouTube apocalypse, it is very real. But I'm still making some money off of some of those, so I'm just keeping them on because they're still getting some traffic and making me a bit of money. Tiny amounts of it, but better than nothing. Okay, for fuck's sake, why is up with this fucking stream? OBS is working fine. What are you doing? Okay, we're back. What the fuck is up with this? YouTube, is this your fault? I'm gonna blame you, YouTube. You're fucking garbage. I hate you. Ugh. I don't even know what happens, like what happens on your end when the stream goes offline. Like, am I just talking to nothing and you can't even hear me? Or is it like picking up later? I don't know. Fuck you, YouTube. Your system is garbage. And I'm gonna rate this fucking live streaming service 0 out of 10. Not that it's gonna matter. Anyway. Okay, for suck. Yeah, it could be on my end, definitely, but I don't know if it is. So, okay, I'm putting you on your second timeout, random person who keeps saying fuck you. If you do it one more time, I'm gonna unblock you, and I don't like blocking people, so I'm going to unblock you afterwards. But, like, yeah, I'm gonna block you for the duration of the stream if you keep going, okay? Okay, yeah, so... anyway, next question. I'm gonna save that question for later. These are not in order in any way. Only okay, so Luna is in chat. Give her some give her some sun praising, everyone. Yeah, she's a moderator, which is because she's my friend and I operate through nepotism. But yeah, she's the one who draws shit for me, and she's a good person. She has been helping me out with my depression and stuff. Anyway, let's see. What is it like to get less than 1,000 views a video, but have over 650k subs? Well, first of all, I'm getting more than 1,000 views per video. Not much, but you know, just a minor correcting there. But yeah, I don't really feel anything about it. It's kind of to be expected. Like, first of all, I'm not really creating the content that people subscribe to, so people who come here for Monster School that are just not even gonna watch the shit that I post that isn't Monster School, they're just gonna see it in the subscription feed and not watch it. And then of course there are the people who are just not using YouTube anymore, the inactive accounts, which are probably loads and loads of those. And YouTube doesn't have a system for fixing that. I think it would be very easy. You just have it so that if an account has been inactive for, I don't know, a year maybe, then they are automatically unsubscribed from all their channels, and if they log back in, they are automatically resubscribed. So just for the duration that they are seemingly gone forever, they are just counted as not subscribers anymore. But then as soon as they come back, then they are counted as subscribers anymore. So you kind of like get an idea of your actual subscriber count, because the current subscriber count is really just showing you your subscribers throughout history, which yeah, it's not really a good system. And also there are those who just forget they subscribe to me for some reason. I keep seeing people who are like fucking who are like saying that, hey, I don't remember subscribing to you. So yeah, that's another thing. Like in general, there are a lot of people who are just subscribers only on paper, who are either not here anymore or don't watch my stuff but are still subscribed, and you know, that kind of shit. So I'm not really surprised. If my subscriber count actually represented my audience, it would be tiny, but you know, that way it actually does at least help keep my videos somewhat higher up in the algorithms, so I don't really mind. So people are accusing Luna of being my girlfriend. That is interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to the next question. Do you feel proud of having multiple videos with tens of millions of views? Are you proud of the videos themselves? It is something I could only dream of achieving. In the beginning I was. I thought it was pretty amazing to have that many views, but over time I became more and more desensitized to it, and at one point I just started to just see like, oh, another 1 million views, don't really care. Another 100,000 subscribers, don't really care. It's like not really you just get used to it. And even if I didn't get used to it, it's just my focus has shifted. I don't really care about quantity of audience anymore, but more quality. So seeing a lot of views is nowhere near as cool as seeing a lot of intelligent comments, of which there are very few, especially on the videos where I have a lot of views. It's just, yeah. What was I saying? yeah, I don't really feel anything about the views or the subscribers anymore. It's just kind of there to me. It's just numbers. I don't really feel anything when I get a worthwhile comment. So tell me interesting things in the comments and I will be happy with you. That's basically what you do. If you could change the skin of the human race to any color you wanted, what would it be? White, of course. The supreme race. I don't know. I would... Actually, I'm gonna get a bit controversial here because that's always fun. It's not something I do, but I want to do it more. There has been this theory, I guess, about how eventually you're just going to blend together into one kind of brownish skin color, as we all just kind of like extremes, like really black and really white people just kind of over time start to procreate until we're all the same skin color. And I'm like, no, I don't want that, because I like freaking variation. I like variation in aesthetics. So I like people who look different, which means that I just want people to have different skin colors. I want people to be really white, really black, really in the middle, really blue. I don't know. I like different looking people. I'll probably add more skin colors to the freaking available ones if I could. So we could have a bunch of blue people and green people. Which political side would you pick? Left or right? Fuck the left and the right. Fuck the dichotomy. It's so fucking pathetic to me that you would divide something as complex and so expansive as politics into two teams. It's so fucking retarded. Like, you either choose team A or team B, left or right. You can't go straight forward. You can't go a little to the right. You can't go a little to the left. You can't go a little up or down. No, left or right. That's stupid. I think that the left and the right, as they are established in any given country, are retarded on both sides. I don't like them. The left and the right in Sweden are stupid. The right, I would say, are less stupid, but that doesn't really matter much if they're both still stupid. In America, that's like, holy shit, they're really fucking stupid on both sides. Like, you have the SJWs on one side and the fucking, I don't even know. I don't have a collective term for the other ones except just the right, which I don't really like using. It's like, ugh. So yeah, I'm either the left or the right. If you want to ask me about my politics, you have to get more specific, because I'm not gonna just apply a label to myself and use that as a means of describing my politics. Anyway, gonna be moving on. When did you start noticing symptoms of depression? Let's go take a sip of water first. Yeah, I'm not really sure when I first noticed the symptoms, but I can tell you when it became blatant that I was indeed depressed. And actually, I'm gonna fucking block this person for a while. Bye. You can't fucking keep saying sorry as a means of excusing saying fuck you one time earlier. It doesn't mean something, you know. But yeah, I'm unblocking you after the stream because I don't like blocking people. It's censorship and I don't like that. I'm only ever gonna block people if they are consistently annoying and have no sign of stopping. Anyway, what was the question again? Yeah, right. When I first started noticing my depression, that was actually when I was working on a video trying to announce that I want to take my channel in a different direction, because I think I have been pretty open with not wanting to stick to the whole Minecraft animation thing. I really want to move on into different things. I want to move in more into the review and maybe just rants in general, just videos where I share my thoughts and ideas more than animate Minecraft shit. I still kind of want to animate. Because I'm still very much also a storyteller. I want to like make videos conveying stories as well, but I'm not really sure how I would do that. So in general, I just want to move on to different content, and in the video I was going to try to like get that out there. It became really noticeable that I was depressed, And I saw a question about what like caused it, so I'm gonna go into that at the same time. I think what caused my depression was just the collective pressure I was putting on myself, because I am a very ambitious person, unreasonably so, I would say. I have this all or nothing mentality where I want to achieve these very high goals, and I will accept no substitute, because there isn't really any in between. It's just a huge gamble, and it is a huge gamble. So of course it's gonna put some pressure on me, like this desire to achieve these really big things is going to force you to push yourself really hard and still don't think you're doing it hard enough. So I was performing really hard in school, back when I actually thought that school would matter. It's not going to. School has some value in that we as a society put value on an education when getting someone to work for you, but the education I picked would have been garbage anyway. Yeah, I was putting a lot of pressure on my YouTube channel and on my attempts at like getting stuff out there that I could like get recognized for. Just trying to get to the point I want to be at in life, wanting to get that really fast, and that I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. I wasn't advancing fast enough according to myself. And then the YouTube thing, I was trying to like make this video, trying to talk about how I wanted to take my channel in a different direction. And while recording that, I had my very first breakdown. I had my very first panic attack, and I just found that I couldn't make the video. I was so stressed out, I was so anxious about everything, I was putting so much pressure on myself that I just completely broke under the pressure, and I started crying for the first time in years, actually. I am not a crier. Even when I want to cry, I just usually don't. But that time, I did cry. And that was kind of a pretty big indicator that I had depression. And then I talked to Luna, this friend of mine, who you can find in the description, hopefully. Check out her artwork. And yeah, I talked to her about it, and she said, yeah, you're clearly depressed. You need to stop with the YouTube. It's not good for you. And then we did that Halloween video together, and the rest you probably know. What are your thoughts on the net neutrality situation? I think it's pretty shit. Of course, people are trying to take control of something as wonderful as the internet and just make it another corporate tool for big businesses. It's horrible. I'm not really sure how much it's going to affect me. I'm pretty sure it's mostly the US, but that's still a pretty big deal and I don't want it to happen. I want the internet to be more fucking open for smaller people. It's supposed to be a place where you can actually grow as an individual, where you can actually achieve something big without having to have all these friends in high places and all these starting capitals and whatever else you want to say. So I think net neutrality is great, and we gotta maintain it, of course. It's probably the most uncontroversial thing to say. I really want more fucking things to be accepted on the internet. I just want the internet to be as free as possible. I am very much a fucking I'm pro any given liberty that doesn't directly fuck with other people. Let's see here. Can you sing with that voice? Yes, I have been told by my friends that I actually have a decent singing voice, but I am not going to sing on stream. And if I were to sing, I would probably have to prepare it in advance and upload as a video, but I'm probably not going to do that. But yes, I can sing, but just anyone else can sing. What else we got? Yeah, I already read that one. That one I don't really think is necessary. How do you feel about Christmas this year? If I remember correctly, which I rarely do, you hate it, right? I don't hate it as much, really. I mean, I have kind of like come to think of it more rationally, and like I still don't like it as a holiday. It's mostly just a corporate holiday, which I'm not really against. I like capitalism. It's fun if it's not done too much. But yeah, what I don't like about Christmas is this expectation to give gifts in return for other gifts, and that's not just what gifts are to me. It's not what they are about. And you're supposed to give them to all these people. You're supposed to give them to your friends and family. And like, for years, I was forced to buy like Christmas presents for my family, and I could never think of what to give them. And I have decided now that if I can't think of what to give someone as a present, then I don't know them well enough or care enough about them to actually give them a fucking present. So I just basically, my philosophy now is that I only give presents on Christmas if I was gonna give someone a present anyway around that time, and if I care about them. And yeah, I even told him to my family that yeah, I'm not gonna buy you any gifts, and you don't have to buy me any gifts. That's kind of just fair. But they just keep giving me gifts because they are still stuck in this tradition, which is another thing I hate about Christmas. It's this obsession with tradition. Like, oh, we gotta do all this, and we gotta listen to this music, and we gotta watch this thing because it's Christmas. No, fuck you. If you're only doing it because it's tradition, then it's not worth doing. I don't celebrate Halloween because it's tradition. I celebrate Halloween because I like candy and spooky stuff. Let's see. So yeah. But also, Christmas is obnoxious just in the way it's overexposed and you can't get away from it. But I usually try to look at the overexposure as its own entity, and the thing that's being overexposed as its own thing. That's why I still don't really hate Frozen. I still think it's a good movie. But I just hate the way it's being treated by people. And holy shit, even by Disney, and them just trying to milk it for all it's worth. Like, I get it, you're a big evil company and you want to make money, but come on. Actually, don't come on, just do you. I know, this is what I expect from you. What else we got? What drugs do you use? None actually, unless you count caffeine, which I do use extensively in the form of soda. I have been curious about trying, what's it called? I think it's called salvia at least once, but that would have to be pretty far into the future and in a very safe environment, because it's apparently a really crazy drug, and that's why I want to try it. Basically, the pitch that was given to me about it is that you forget that you are human, and any drug that can do that, I want to try. But yeah. I'm also thinking that maybe my depression would actually get better if I use weed, but I don't know, I don't really feel like using weed, and it's also illegal here, so I would have to like get a shady ass dealer or something. I don't really feel like doing that. Dude, why no face cam? Just put on your mask and your top hat. I can't put on my mask, and you can't hear me. Like, I record audio and video separately when wearing my mask in a video, because I can't talk for shit with that thing on. It's just... It's a mask that covers up your mouth. Do you think you will get any bigger? That depends on how you think on it. I don't think I'm going to have the amount of subscribers, active subscribers that I have right now. But I think that I might be able to grow a bit of a smaller audience back up if I can get out of the depression thing and just start making worthwhile content again. So, I don't know, maybe. I have a pretty low bar set for myself, or a high bar, depending on how you look at it. I don't think I'm gonna have to, I don't think I'm gonna bypass the high bar, but I'm probably gonna go past the low bar. I have to leave now, see you soon, hopefully. Okay, bye, Jacob. Anyway. Will, are you able to get help for your depression and anxiety? We're still supporting you. Yeah, for a while I went to like a therapist or whatever they're called, psychiatric, I don't know, some kind of psycho person like that. Actually, I went to several, and I have a bit of stigma against those people. I don't trust them. I know shit about their practices in general that I don't really like, so I had to find one of those rare individual exceptions that would actually be able to help me. I think the ones I went to didn't do that. They were just by the book. I felt manipulated by them. I felt that they didn't really care. I felt that they were trying to make a connection with me through lying rather than honesty, and I'm very much about honesty. Even if I don't agree with you, I want you to be honest about it. So I just didn't like them. I didn't think what they said helped. I think they were just giving me ordinary stuff they would say to other patients, and I didn't like going to them, so I just stopped. And my family kept pressuring me to doing it more because it's the only thing that's gonna help. Obviously, they're professionals. They're fucking educated in helping people like you. No, they're educated in making money off of people's suffering. Basically, very few in that business actually care about helping people. They want to help themselves. And I don't want to go for a treasure hunt looking for the ones that can actually help me. I have my friends for that. I have 2 friends, that's all I have, but they're very close friends, I don't really care. There are 2 more friends than I actually need, but I'm very glad I have them. And I also have other things to cheer me up. I have games, I have movies, I have very rarely books, very rarely read, but I have that, you know. So, fiction and friends, those are the 2 FFs that keep me alive. I would also be kept alive by fucking, but I don't have access to that, sadly. Fuck, I'm drinking and drinking, my voice is just getting worse. What else we got? I think I already answered that one. Yeah, I'm on my last few questions here now. I'm gonna read through the chat first. Yeah, I keep seeing this one question about if I would rather be a robot or a genetically modified super biological creature, and I would want to be a robot, definitely, because even if you are like a superhuman or something like that, you're still organic. You are still subject to all the flaws of organic creatures. Okay, what the fuck? Why are they talking out there? I'm just gonna hope that you don't hear it. This mic is pretty good at picking up things from a distance, so it's probably going to anyway, but yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake, shut the fuck up. But yeah, I just think that there are many inherent flaws to being organic that are not there necessarily for being a machine. I think the machines have a lot of potential for flaws, but also a lot more potential for improving. Which is why I would always go with robot if I get to choose like what stage of advancement they are in, or well, what potential for advancement they have. Like, if you look at how our technology has increased for like the last few thousand years versus how much our biology has, it's pretty obvious that being a machine would be more beneficial for you, because you're gonna be upgrading yourself at a much faster rate. Why did you become scary? Am I scary now? I mean, I guess I'm flattered by that notion, but how am I scary? But if you're a machine, you might get glitched, etc. Aren't you afraid of that? Well, if you're a human, you might get mental disorders or something like that. It's all relative in a sense. Like, yeah, if you're a robot, you might get hacked if you have like a hackable brain, but if you're a human, you might get brainwashed through propaganda and stuff. It's just, people have a habit of looking at the flaws of something they're not, and just say, oh, look at all those flaws, and they don't look at the flaws they're already used to in the things that they use in their everyday life. It's the whole devil I know versus the devil I don't mentality, which I would like to do a video on that, just a little rant, but I don't know. I have been wanting to do a lot of videos, but they just don't get made. I wanted to make a review of Pennywise, of the new It movie when it came out. I thought it was trash, but had some potential. Like, had some good stuff, and some stuff that could have made it good if it wasn't there. I also wanted to review Ben the Ending Machine, but I guess I can just wait until the next chapter, because it's kind of like, its hype just reawakens with each chapter, and there's 2 more, so I get 2 more chances. Let's see. Aren't biological weapons more powerful than technological weapons? If you're using them against biological creatures, then maybe. But I mean, it depends. I'm pretty sure there's not much biology to the nuclear bomb. I think there's more, well, nuclear science to that. Let's see here. What do you think about gay people? I think they're gay. That's about it. They're people and they're like their own gender. It's basically the same as other people, only the other people like their own like the other gender, or both genders, or neither, or shares. So I'm at my last few questions still. Will you ever do another gameplay or game theme video? I have been actually considering doing some streams of some games I've found, but I don't want to be a streamer. I'm just doing these streams because they're really low effort and easy. So, you know. I guess I might do that if I can't think of anything else to do, but I don't want to do that as like a thing I do on my channel once I actually get it working in the state I want. I've already answered that one. What are the hopes and dreams you want to realize in your life? Trying not to feel your depression too much. Smiley face. That's pretty funny because that's like, that's basically the source of my depression. So you're basically doing the opposite of what you're trying to do. But don't worry about it because I'm not gonna be more depressed just at the mention or something like that. Well, I don't know. Sometimes it seems to like, sometimes my mood just drops to the negative by the smallest of things, but I didn't do it, so you're fine there. Yeah. But yeah, my like aspirations for the future used to be like one of the main one used to be that I want to make movies, but now I don't want to make movies anymore because it requires you to leave your house and be on set and shit. It requires you to work with actors. It requires you to work with people. It's just a horrible nightmare of stuff I don't want to do. So I reduced it to two options. Either I want to be a game developer or I want to be an author. That's like the two things I want to do. I either want to write books and have a sustainable income with that, or I want to make games, and yeah. And I've been trying to do both of those. I like my hopes is that I'm gonna like be able to release a hit in either category before I have to get a job to sustain my existence, which is why I'm so stressed out about that. Well, at least used to be. Now I just try to not be stressed out about anything. So I was just kind of, I need to make something popular before I have to fucking make money, or else I'll be stuck with a desk job forever. So yeah. Senpai, be an author. Game devs are harder than animations. Yeah, but I also enjoy game developing a lot more than animating. I find it a lot more fun to like do the coding. But you also do have to make animations and like models and stuff, and that's honestly actually that's where I get stuck all the time, because if I can't do good models, then I can't do good games. I can, but I have to keep a very simplistic art style, which is what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to like find games that could do with a simplistic art style to kind of like get a bit of name recognition so that I could hire people to do models for me. Because, yeah, as much as I want to, I can't be a one-man army if I'm going to be doing games. I have to be getting specialists in the categories where I'm not good. What are you humming when reading comments? I'm just humming random shit. I don't even know what it is. Game developers, artist, designer, programmer. I find that I work best as a designer and a programmer. I'm like good at thinking of what the game should be like what the mechanics should be, what the story should be, and all that good shit. But I'm just not good at art. I'm not good at fucking drawing or modeling or animating. So I need to do that kind of shit. So anyway, I'm just gonna go through the rest of my questions and I'm gonna keep a better eye on the chat. That would answer that one. That one too. What's your worst fear and your greatest hope for the future? This one kind of ties in still, so I'm gonna answer that one. Yeah, I would answer my greatest hopes. Basically, yeah, I wanna be a game developer or author, and obviously I also wanna be rich and have a big house and stuff like that. But you know. My worst fear is to just be stuck in a fucking drone job for the rest of my life, with a shitty apartment and a shitty life. Just, I don't know, maybe a desk job at some corporation, something shit. That would be the fucking worst case scenario for me. Well, I guess the worst case would just be living on the street, but I don't know. Just basically, my worst fear is failing my greatest hope. Yeah. No face reveal, people. I haven't kept up the streak of no face reveal for this long just to break it for a random stream. If I'm gonna do a face reveal, I'm gonna have to make you pay for it. I'm gonna have it be a fucking fundraiser goal. So I'm gonna get real rich as like a last resort or some kind of shit like that. Anyway, I think I have more, like 2 or something left. Yeah. What are your favorite channels? I can go through some of my favorites just to give some minor shoutouts. If I ever get my channel back on track, I'm probably gonna give some shoutouts just because I can and wanna. But I guess I'll do a soft version of it here right now. So some of my favorite YouTubers are. Well, first of all, the Nostalgia Critic. I like him. I think that like I'm pretty iffy about him as a person, and also his content as of late. But overall, like his overall track record is that he is funny and good at what he does, so that's good. TJ Kirk, I like him. Again, I'm pretty iffy about some of the stuff he's done as of recently, especially the Candid business. If you're one of the like fucking I don't know 0 people in the chat who know anything about that. But yeah, I do like his overall approach. He actually formed me a lot as a person. Like he got me more to think more critically and cynically about things, and I like his overall very blunt and very aggressive approach to any given topic. Then we have, not gonna make this too lengthy. Angry Foreigner is also a good one. It's basically, I don't want to call him a Swedish TJ Kirk, but it's kind of like that. He's kind of similar. He's very blunt and crude in his approach, but he's also very intelligent, and I like that shit. I like bluntness. I like honesty. I like intelligence, and I like it when people are entertaining, and it's also entertaining. So yeah, he needs some more love. TJ, I don't know if he needs more love. He's pretty big, but you know, big on YouTube means small in general right now in the apocalypse where you're gonna have like 5 million subs to have a worthwhile life. And then we have Jordan underneath. I liked his reviews. They were a lot of fun. Now he's kind of stopped with his reviews in favor of more artsy stuff with puppets and stuff, but that's also fun. I like him. I miss his reviews, but if he stopped doing his puppets and started doing reviews again, I would probably miss the puppets. I just want both. But yeah, again, I really like him as a I like his approach to things. He's very intelligent and has a lot of fun and interesting things to say. And his perspective, it doesn't really align with mine that often, but it's still a perspective I like, and it's one that I like thinking about, and it also really shines through in his more artsy content. So yeah, go check him out too. And Girl Does Rant, she is a person that I'd probably be dedicating more time to than anyone else as of late, because she is the only person I watch on Twitch, basically just because I want to, like, I don't know, be able to talk to her more, and Twitch is a good way of doing that, I guess, if you're into that. But yeah, again, she's a smart person, she has fun things to say, she's interesting, and she has big tits. That's a bonus. But yeah, I have a lot of more people, but I don't want to waste too much time just randomly sucking people's cocks. As fun as that would seem. I don't want. This is a Q&A, not a shout out video. So I'll say that for a proper shout out video. But maybe that gives you an idea of what kind of people I like. For the most part, it's just people who I find interesting, that say interesting things and do interesting things. What is your fave genre of horror? Cosmic, psychological, etc. I like any kind of horror that sticks with me once I've stopped playing. I really fucking hate like games that are just for the shock value, just the gore and the jump scares and that kind of shit, and then you leave the game and you just think nothing of it. Like, oh, that was fun, totally. I want a game that afterwards it just haunts me, either on more of a primal level, where just the fucking where like the imagery and the like sounds and all the kind of stuff like that is just really fucking disturbing to me, or when it asks questions that I don't know the answer to and don't really want the answer to. I've had several games that do that and just make me think about them for a long time afterwards, and that's the kind of things I like. So I guess cosmic and psychological horror are good ways of summing that up. He is saying shitty stuff. Yeah, I am. I like using the full English language, and I like swearing. It's fun. It adds a bit of emphasis, and a lot of swearing words sounds really funny. Okay. Let's see here. What else we got? I think I'm almost done here, and then I will pay more attention to the chat. I know that you are crying out in chat once in a while, like, "Hey, answer me," and soon I will answer you. Just be patient with me for a little bit. I want to work out through my schedule before I get into the more ordinary approach of just randomly looking at the chat, so that people have a clear stopping point if they don't care about you. Actually, Dragon Skulls is spamming a question a lot, so I'm gonna answer that one first. What would you say if I featured you wearing your mask, hat, and suit in my manga anime series I'm currently working on as a cameo or even secondary character? I don't know. Do what you will. If you want to do that, then sure. I want to share what I will say about it before I've actually seen it, so if you do it, then I guess send me a link and maybe I'll have some thoughts on it. Or I won't. I don't know. Depends. Just do what you want, and if you feel like sharing it with me, then do. That's basically it. Okay, the last question on my list before I resort to relying entirely on you, chat. Which I'm not looking forward to. Have you ever considered making a channel where you show us your game projects you've made? Something like the video where you showed off the dice game, since I thought that was an awesome channel idea. That's actually not too bad of an idea, and I have been thinking of not even making a separate channel, but like posting some more game related stuff on this channel. Just have some content up there, but first of all, I'm very much on and off with the game developing thing. Sometimes I really feel like doing it, sometimes I just don't. I haven't felt like doing it in a long time, but maybe if I get back to it and I have like something presentable, I'll show it to you. And you know, I have a game I've been working on for a long time that I would like to kind of maybe do devlogs on every once in a while. And I have one or two that I would like to show just in a one-shot video at least, and maybe several, you know. So it could actually be a interesting thing to do. Would you move to a different country to study games development? No, not at all. If you want to be a game developer, you should not study a fucking course in doing it. You should make games. Having a degree in game development isn't gonna help you jack shit. What helps you is having games that you can present to people, either as your employee, your potential employer, or just to your audience if you want to make it all on your own. Just, you know, make a game, post it, and see what people think about it. That's not just my advice as someone who's never actually done either of those, but it's advice from people I've heard who have taken like game developer classes that it just didn't help them. It's like most fucking classes and most of education system is just not helpful. It's just all fluff. What is your opinion on the mass censoring of YouTube lately? Personally, I think it's really strangling on the creativity of a lot of people. I think it's just I don't think I can really say anything about it. I think I can just sum up my opinions by saying that I think about it the same way that literally everyone else does. It's fucking atrocious. Like, they are destroying everything that's good about YouTube, everything that made it grow from the beginning, because they think it's gonna help their profits, because they're so fucking greedy and so fucking stupid and so driven by an agenda. Like, oh, they don't want anything controversial or unfriendly to the fucking advertisers or not kid friendly. Like, you're fucking retarded. Your site was built on non-kid friendly content. All of your big people, for the most part, were not really stuff that kids watched. This was like, you have no fucking right to say what people want to watch on YouTube. What people want to watch is what people want to watch. Let popular channels speak for what people like on the fucking site, and just let that govern how it works. I know they're really scared of the fucking advertisers, like, oh no, that they're not gonna want their ads to appear on Nazi videos. Well, guess the fuck what? Nobody in their right mind thinks that companies personally endorse whatever video their ads appear on. It's a randomized feature. It has some kind of algorithm to customize the ads to you and not the video, just you as the viewer. Which, like, all the customization features on YouTube that are trying to tailor content to you are fucking garbage. Like, if I turn on a fucking music video and it's sponsored by, I don't know, Coke, I don't think that Coke actually looked at that video and said, yeah, this music rocks. No, that's not how it goes, okay? And if it's such a big deal, if people are really afraid of that, just put a little fucking thing in the bottom, like, this advertiser does not personally approve of this video, it just randomly appears. It's so easy. It's such a simple solution, but everyone is stirring up shit because someone has something to gain from it. Like the asshole who is selling a solution that's gonna censor the site. He was a big help in making this a big thing in the first place. YouTube has an agenda of its own, and it also has an agenda of helping other people's agendas, and it's just so awful. It's so stupid. I am convinced that I could run this site better than the fucking people in charge, and I do not think I would do a good job. I'd have no experience working with people or making things happen in a corporation. I would just not be able to work well within that environment, but I think I could do better because I have a fucking clue of what you should be doing, which nobody on board has. Like, have you seen the fucking CEO and her attempts at making videos? It was kind of popular a while back. Like, she is as out of touch with reality as your fucking grandma. She is basically your grandma. That's the vibe she gives off. She gives off the fucking vibes of your out of touch mom who thinks she's being hip with the kids. Like, holy shit, she only has these jobs for nepotism anyway. She believes in microaggressions and shit. Like, holy shit, I could ramble on and on about how fucking retarded this site is and how it's so intolerable this is going on. Ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna read up on the fucking site here. Oh, this has already gone on for an hour. I'm probably gonna stop soon because I'm already gone through my questions. I'm just gonna see if you have any questions that I'm interested in. I'm not really seeing anything interesting in the chat anymore. I'm trying to recall, was there anything interesting I saw earlier? Because I'm not seeing it anymore. Okay, I'm probably gonna stop the stream and end the Q&A if there's nothing left to say here. So, if you have just been sitting and holding on to your question, yes, it's a fucking beautiful question that's going to blow me the fuck away. And you've just been waiting for it. You just don't want it to be ignored. You just don't want it to fly by. Now is the time. This is your time. You were destined to post it now because I'm keeping a hawkeye on the chat right now. Just fucking okay. What's your opinion of anime? I guess that's good enough. That's fine. I'll talk about anime, I guess. Um, I don't know. I like anime. I like animation, and therefore I like some anime. I don't like all anime, obviously, because it's such a big monolithic thing. Not even no, it's not a monolithic thing. That's the wrong word. It's the opposite of that. It has so many different categories, so many different ways it operates. Like there are those fucking Desu Moe things with the fucking big expressions and the rosy chic things and all that shit. That's really what I'm into. I'm into more of the I'm not really sure I'm gonna list some animes I like to kind of give you on the. I really like Shiki. That's my favorite anime. If you haven't checked it out and you like any kind of like, I don't know, horror or nuanced storytelling, that's for you. I really like Shiki. That's a very good anime. And what else? I guess I like Black Butler. I think I mentioned that a long while back, but I haven't rewatched it in a long time, so I don't really know if it still holds up in my mind. But I liked it when I first watched it. Oh, your opinion on H.P. Lovecraft's work? That's a good question, because I really like Lovecraft, and I actually remember now that there was a question asking me about my favorite author, and that is Lovecraft. He is my fave. He is the best. Yeah, I have like I told you I'm a really slow reader, and I have currently been reading a book by him. No, well, not really a book by him, like a compilation of his short stories. And I've been stuck in that book like halfway for months and months because I just can't bring myself to read more, because I just have so little motivation due to my depression. But yeah, I really like his writing so far. There are so many quotable lines that I want to quote, not even because of what they say, but just because of how well they say it. He is very good at his particular brand of writing, both in terms of storytelling and just coming up with the stories and formulating them. It's just yeah, I just really like his kind of horror, and okay, for fuck's sake, people are being an edgelord towards Luna. I don't like it when people like you be mean to me, not my friends. Okay, my friends are good people. I'm an asshole. My friends are both really caring and nice people, and somehow they still like me. I don't know how it works. Yeah, and Luna, you can like at least time out people. That's perfectly fine, and you can like ask if it's okay for you to block people. Mm. Mm. 1 sec, people. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna. I like both you and Luna. You are both amazing people. I don't really know how you can get so much out of Luna in just this little interaction, but she is amazing, yes. Like her. But I'm pretty biased. Oh, I should answer to a person. Yeah, the chat is going by pretty fast again, so I'm pretty sure. How can I send it to you? Well, if it's sendable through my email, then I have an email. It's probably, I'm pretty sure it's on my like channel description. I check it pretty regularly, pretty much every day. Have you played Undertale? I think I talked about Undertale before. And honestly, I have been wanting to do a review of that too, but as usual, doesn't really happen. Maybe I will eventually, and in that case I don't want to spoil all my thoughts on it, but basically, I really like Undertale for the most part, but there are some things that just fucking ruin it for me. Like, there are some aspects that not only just make the game worse for me, but it makes the good things about it worse, which I don't like. But yeah, now I am probably going to answer one last question. So let's see. What is the most popular question right now? Okay, what is this thing about Krampus? Like, what was it? Like, is it some kind of movie or something? Because the only Krampus I know is like it's the fictional character, and I don't really think that that's too impressive. Well, I mean, it's not. I just don't have much of an opinion on it. It's an anti-Santa. I can't really elaborate much on that. It's not really a kind of mythos that I'm very interested in. Or very engaged in. Okay, what do you think about Undertale won the Best Indie Game Award of 2017? I think it was pretty predictable. Like, it's an indie game that got mainstream attention. So of course it's going to, like, just win Best Indie Game just based on that. Like, it is kind of a award grab game. It has an artsy, unique, weird look to it, and it's yeah, it has very much that kind of like Earthbound feel to it, and just it was going to win a lot of awards. I'm not saying that it doesn't deserve them even. I think it's a really good game just in itself, but holy fuck, the people don't talk more about the flaws. It's just incredible. There's almost always backlash, but the backlash against Undertale is just stupid. It's like mostly things about how the fans are bad or how the game in general is bad, but no, it's not a bad game, it's a really good game. With some major glaring flaws. Anyway, I'm going to answer one last question now, which you have been talking pretty frequently in this chat, but for that I'm going to be inviting a guest, so I'm hoping I'm doing this right now. It should be as easy as clicking this button. Yeah, I can see that the ambient noise is here.
Hi.
Say hi to Luna, everyone. I brought her onto the stream, and it should be working. Tell me if it isn't working, because then it is probably kind of lame.
Yeah, if you can't hear my voice, that's going to be a problem.
You are like in the desktop audio. No, yeah, you're in the like OBS. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Blazy is like everyone is all recognizing you. They can hear you.
Oh, well, I'm getting stage fright.
I knew you would. Senpai's having fun with her GF. Wait, am I a female now, or are you referring to Luna as Senpai and I'm the GF?
I'm the senpai, I think.
I'm pretty sure I'm the senpai. I'm his only senpai, okay?
No, I'm the senpai now. I took your title.
Fine. Anyway, wanna answer the question whether or not you're my girlfriend?
I've already said in the chat, no. And I've been saying that you're the one that's going to answer that question.
Okay, yeah, I actually did see that, never mind. But yeah. She is in fact not my girlfriend. That's the answer you're getting.
That's literally all you're going to say.
Well, I mean, I gotta give him time to react and chat. There's the delay because we are in 2000, almost 18, and we still can't have fucking actually live chat.
True.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say your name, Flowey. And yes, that is counterintuitive. I mean,
you didn't say the full name.
I guess, whatever. Okay, if you don't stop, I'm going to have to time out you. Anyway, no, she's not my girlfriend. She's my ex-girlfriend.
Mic drop. Sorry.
I'm still waiting for the freak out moment in chat here.
Same.
Okay, there we go. Blaze is reacting. Yeah, we had a very, very lame breakup. It was basically just realizing that, yeah, we're probably not really compatible as a couple. We make good friends, but there are certain key features in the whole couple thing where it's not really working out, so we just decided, hey, are we gonna stop with the couple thing, but keep on the friend thing? Yeah, sure. And that was it. There was no drama. There was There wasn't...
There was.
What?
I mean, we have had fights before that,
Oh
but the
yeah,
actual
definitely.
breakup
Yeah,
wasn't
the
any
actual
drama.
breakup, there was no screaming or crying or anything. There was just... It was about as dramatic as when we got together. It was basically just... Hey, we should... we are a couple now. Oh wait, we are? Yeah, we are. Okay.
Hey, they're noticing that you're laughing. You've never laughed on stream before.
I have, ironically.
Yeah, but not for real.
Nah. But yeah.
I mean, maybe you should tell them we've been together for like a year.
Yeah, I actually have the exact amount of times. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna state it or not, but I just want it there. So let's see.
He was always one with who you focus more on dates and things than I do.
It's more like I want to archive literally everything, and archiving includes dating it. So yeah, yeah, holy shit. Like over a year, about 1.5 years we were together. Oh wait, is that how that is? 2000, yeah, late 2015 to mid 2017.
Yeah.
And for a long
Man.
time, I wanted to incorporate her onto my channel as kind of a surprise thing. But then my depression hit, and that didn't really work anymore. So then I was kind of waiting for that to end so I can bring her onto the channel in a surprise way, but yeah. When that didn't happen either, due to the breakup, I just decided that, and let's just put it on ice. But then I decided to do it to this now. She's been like asking casually if she could join a stream at some point, so I thought, hey, why not?
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah.
You're a lot more lively when you have someone else to talk to.
Yeah.
Chad, back me up here, please. Let's see how much influence I have gathered by now.
Yeah, we've actually steadily been losing viewers. I guess they're like their attention span is just gradually being depleted.
I mean, to be fair, an hour is a very long time. I mean, if you'd said, oh, at the end of the stream there's going to be a surprise, I think more people would have...
Yeah, had I known that, had we just planned this, I would have said that and probably held them by the balls for a while.
You've been holding them by the balls about this whole girlfriend thing for like over a year. That was one of your most high-pitched laughs in a while.
Yeah. You don't know this, chat, but I have a vast variety of different laughs I do. And they all
You just make a vast variety of different sounds.
Yeah. I am a man of many voices. Well, not only only one voice, but lots of non-voice sounds.
Yes, he squeals. I was about to say that, Lazy. It's actually kind of strange. My laugh is technically lower than yours most of the time.
Yeah. Also, we appear to be gaining viewers now, so I guess people are just noticing that there's a female entity in the stream and going crazy about that.
Oh, she would just said that I wasn't his girlfriend.
Yeah. Not GF, ex-GF. And now just BF. Wait, no, BFF. Yeah, that's it. She did not go through a sex change.
I could make such a beautiful comment here.
Wait a minute, Blazy, you're a girl. That goes against every mental image I've ever had of you.
Wait, didn't you say you were he?
Okay,
yeah.
Not fem. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's Dragon Skull. I think I saw your review at some point, but it was a long time ago in that case, so yeah. I don't really have anything planned for the rest of the stream, so if you haven't already opted out, then this might be the time you are only here for questions, because this is the last big question I'm going to answer this stream, whether or not we were frickin' dating, which we were, but we're not anymore. Now we're just, I don't know, play dating or whatever it's called.
That's not what it's called.
Oh. Well, I'm tired, that's my excuse for everything.
I'm just the cool ex.
Yeah.
Just remind me as that. Don't actually remember me as that.
Yeah.
I'm just Luna.
Yeah, now it's going down and up again. Like you are causing some turbulence in the stream, and I like that. I should bring you on from the get-go.
I told you so.
Whatever happened to that little creeper on your webcam videos? I've actually been thinking of branching out and giving him his own videos, because people like small and cute and rude things. But I haven't been able to actually make a video in the same manner I haven't been able to make any other kind of advanced video. So he's not gone forever. He's actually currently sitting on my fucking, what is that? Windowsill, that's what they're called. Gotta go.
Sup, Angel Vanquest.
Okay, bye, Orcon.
Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, your voice is a lot stronger than mine. I'm already feeling it, and I've barely been on.
Yeah. And we are kind of losing viewers here, so it might be time to wrap shit up so we don't hit.
Yeah, I've been quiet for a bit.
Yeah.
Of course we're losing viewers. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, if you want to freak out about Luna at one point having dated me, then again, go to her DeviantArt. It's linked below.
Outburst asks a good question, because I've asked that question. What about the artwork showcase videos? Thank you, Outburst.
Yeah, well, similarly to how I don't make any other videos lately, I just don't like that anymore. And yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm going to, even if I get back things. I want to at some point, at some manner, appreciate artwork I get, but I'm not really sure how to anymore, so I'm still figuring that shit out. But yeah, we are at 1 hour and 28 minutes now, so I'm just gonna... I'm horrible at fucking making shit end. Horrible at endings and beginnings. The middle is fine.
Yeah, that's why you need me.
Okay, fine. End it for me then, is that what you mean?
That sounds like a very different kind of request. Anyway, I suppose I'll just say goodbye to everyone then? Yeah. Is that what you're getting at?
I guess. Yeah, goodbye, chat. I hope this was somewhat informative or otherwise worth your time, and if not, well, I already have your views, so fuck you.
Goodbye, everyone. Hope I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.